it's okay. And this is, I don't want you to ever feel that when you have these low days, when you're feeling inward, that it's something that you should be ashamed of. It's okay to not be okay. Hey guys, and welcome to the Uncharted Soul. I am so happy and grateful to have you guys here with me for another episode. So, as always, before we begin, let's just get to a place of calm, centeredness, and just go with it. So, if you can and situation allows, please just close your eyes and just let go of any tension, angst, anxiety, any frustration that you may be feeling. So just breathe in and out, and breathe in and out, and just take this time to just call in your intention for this moment, this minute, today, whatever it is, whatever intention that you may have. Just breathe it in and send that intention to every fiber of your being, any cell in your body. Just breathe in that intention and breathe out. And breathe it in and breathe it out. And just release with that as well. Just release any angst, any worry, any stress, any frustration. Just melt into your chair and just let it all go. And breathe in and let it all out. Okay. Hey guys, thanks. I love it, just getting to a place of calm and just, and before we get into it. So, you know what? The best, one thing that I do, and I call it the best, but whatever, is actually taking a few minutes to just clear, release, set the intention of what it is that we actually want to bring forward. And you know what else, want to go from there. And I wanted to talk about it being okay to not be okay. And that sounds like it's okay to not be okay. But what I'm trying to say is, it's okay to not feel 100%, not feel energetically present, just going, oh, it's one of those days, because that's fine. Right now I can say I'm having one of those days where I know that the message that's going to come through me is something that somebody needs to hear, and that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. But there are times when I just don't actually, want to do the whole get dressed, put up makeup. Don't get me wrong, I love doing these podcasts. I love doing and talking to you. But sometimes, you can't always be 100 where you just like, yeah, I'm there, I want to do this, I want to be in the vibe. We all have our off days, we all have our moments where we're just like, I just need to breathe, I just need a moment to myself. And that's what I want to talk to you about. That, as I said, this is our Uncharted Soul, our journey together, our journey on discovery. And it would be wrong of me to come on and just be like, oh, this, when I'm not sharing the full picture with you. And this is part of the full picture. This is being true to the journey, true to our journey. And that sometimes it is difficult to actually just feel into the mood, the moment, whatever, and even carry the weight of the messages come through from Spirit. And it sounds crazy, but I can tell most of the time when I'm doing the podcast and doing the shows, I can tell the difference when I speak something from just my higher self compared to one that's more channeled from Spirit. And the channel Spirit, message from Spirit, feels a lot heavier. I can feel a presence sitting over me, so it kind of feels heavy. And it takes a lot to maintain that grounding, that to hold the container for that much energy to come through. And some days I'm going to say, like, today's one of those days where I'm just like, oh, I've got to do this. And I want to be in the energy of recording the podcast for you guys. But sometimes you just don't want. I'm just like, there's a lot that goes with it. There's, everything that goes, the moving parts to doing this. It's not just the talking, it's the moving parts, everything set up, energy, blah, blah. So, and that's not to say, oh, life is so difficult. It's not it's not a pity party. It's just we are being. This is just an open, frank discussion and on our journey. And I'm trying to tell you guys that it's okay when you feel those days, when you feel that your energy is low, when you feel vibrationally just like tired, when you feel just off. It's okay to feel that. You don't have to feel energetically high all the time. And as I've said, like in previous podcasts, it's all about coming down to a place of neutrality and getting to that instead of just going, oh, okay, I feel low. Get into a place where you can just feel neutral. And to me, being in the neutral and getting not feeling high but feeling neutral is actually showing up anyway. And even though I feel low, it's showing up anyway, and actually sharing this with you guys and sharing the vulnerability of the moment and telling you that even on a spiritual journey, a spiritual life, a spiritual presence, it's not always easy. I mean, we are all human, and this is the thing. It is bringing the humanity back in the situation. We all are in a human suit, a human vessel, a human flesh, and these are things that come with it. You can't always sustain this ethereal high vibe energy because that is not the reality of the life that we live. And I wanted to have this episode be about the rawness, the openness, honestness, about going through those moments. And I can tell you, people talk about, having spiritual downloads and having this like messages from spirit and things like that. That's just life changing. What they don't also talk about is in those times when you have it, it takes a lot out of you. It is energetically draining. Sometimes you spend the day like just in bed, just like sitting with it and just letting those feelings wash over you, getting that information and just sitting and sinking it in and making it part of you. It just becomes days when you just draw inward. And that's okay. And I don't want you to ever feel that when you have these low days, when you're feeling inward, that it's something that you should be ashamed of. It's okay to not be okay. And yes, there are times where it gets overwhelming, and I do encourage those days to just reach out for help and when and if it needs to, but be okay with it not being okay and not having to control everything and to control the situation and control your feelings and feeling that because you're not feeling vibrationally high, that shit's not gonna happen in your life like Paul does. You're still going to attract and manifest what you're meant to, what is energetically yours, even when your vibrations fluctuate. Because vibration is like a wave, it's a flow, it's movement, it's energy, it has its highs and its lows. And in order for you to appreciate the high, you need to appreciate the lows and feel into that. And when the energy dips a little bit, those are times when you are invited to sit with it, to feel into those moments, to feel into what it is that wants to come out. What is it that needs to be acknowledged? What is it that you're not acknowledging? What is it that you need to feel into? What is it that you're being called to? All sorts of things can happen in that low. So don't see those lows as just, oh my gosh, like this is so terrible, I'm not achieving anything, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling low, I don't have energy, like, oh, everything's got a hell in a handbasket. No, it's not. It's with everything, it's light and shadow, yin and yang, light and dark. And when you go down to those lows, it's just a moment for you to come to rest as well, come to neutrality and just be present. And yeah, link to the Be Present one podcast. But honestly, it is an invitation to you just to go, it's okay. It's okay to not have the energy where you want. But what I do invite you to do in those times is still be present and show up if you need to show up. Show up for what is around you and communicate with everyone around you. And as I say, this is not where I intended. I thought this episode was going to be about the story that you tell yourself, the story that you feel in your heart to be true when it actually is not. And unfortunately, there'll have to be like another podcast episode or something, because I'm feeling called to talk about being okay with it not being okay. Being okay, and and that stems onto other things, being okay with imperfection. Because nothing is ever perfect. Everything has imperfection. Because what's perfect to you is imperfect to somebody else, and there'll never be a perfect. You'll always find something to nitpick, pick, change, alter, whatever on a situation. So being okay with it not being okay. I kind of feel like I've said that now several times in this episode. But I feel that those that this episode is supposed to reach, and if it was you, that it was meant to reach you and give you a different sense, a different viewpoint, a different feel of the energy, and have you actually see somebody give you a raw and unfiltered version of things not being okay, and that it's fine to not feel that, to feel, well, not feel, but to find to feel that way, and just be in that energy, in that situation of, today's just one of those days, but taking the action and being aligned with whatever happens and let it be. So yeah, okay, guys, not where I thought it would go, but I am feeling called to do a guided meditation with this one, and I know, which kind of feels weird because my energy is a little bit more in flow, but I'm actually feeling guided to call into an intention setting meditation for us just to set the intention, set the tone for if you are feeling low, just a way of being in that energy and using it to its full power, and actually just looking at the shadow in that, and then so that we can move up back into light or into just neutrality and high vibe. Okay, so if you can with me, if possible, as always, close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe in and out, and in and out. I just want to take this minute to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to our bodies for supporting us, for carrying us, and being present. Thank you to our guides for being there and holding us when we feel that we cannot walk. Thank you, universe, for always being in co-creation with us. We just take this minute to give thanks and give gratitude to all that is and all that will be supporting us. Focusing on breathing in and out. We just take this time to feel into gratitude. Just feel thankful for the support around. I want you to just take a minute to put your hand on your heart and just feel there. And I just want you to think of a moment where you felt just happy, that just made you smile and so overjoyed. Take this time to just feel into your heart. And with each breath, just feel it going into your heart as well. And just focusing on that moment and that memory. Breathing in. And just letting that memory fully wash over you. How good it felt. And as you go through the day, I want you to hold on to that moment and that memory. Breathing in and breathing out. Just slowly open your eyes again. Actually, I will say I feel a little bit I feel different after doing that. It's a bit of a just like guiding and giving gratitude. I do feel lighter. Interesting. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for being with me, for us going through this rawness together. And leave me a comment down below, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.